We're recording? Is this official now? Oh, man. You're an asshole. Do you know that? With a capital gape. And, anyway. Okay. Who's seen a $2 bill? Okay. That's all the cash I got on me. I'll give you $2 if you stomp his ass if he sings that one more time. Oh, it'll be fun. Yeah. Wait till. Yeah, if you fold it just right, looks just like a 20. The strippers don't know. Yeah, you'll take $2 and kick his ass after you're running around singing that later on. So good morning, everyone. Welcome to Outerz0ne 7. How we doing? You're the only people that woke up in time to actually get here. Everyone else, I'm sure, is hungover at this point. CP sent me a message at like 4 o'clock this morning saying they finished up and they shut the room down. So everyone will show up about noon, most likely. So in the registration area, if you haven't already got one, we have the schedule for today. It lists a lot of the things that are going on. It has the section on how Outerz0ne actually works, has the schedule, the speakers, so you can actually figure out who they are if you don't know who they are already. Our contests, and then our events. Carlo's doing a maker corner back in the other room, the lounge area. We'll have badges for you a little bit later. We had some issues functionality-wise getting everything taken care of in time. Sponsors are on the back. Brimstone was nice enough to do a web schedule. Hit the QR code or the link there, and it works on any smartphone. It also is web-based if you actually want to turn your computer on the network here. And our thank you section. Where I lie. Anyway, who's never been to Outerz0ne before? And these are the people who actually show up in the morning. That makes a whole lot of sense, doesn't it? That's wow. That's kind of scary. Well, so Outerz0ne. Who knows the origins of Outerz0ne? Like 2 people. Most of the people who've been here. So there used to be a conference here in town called Outerz0ne. Sound familiar? Anyone heard of that one? Well, there's a gentleman who ran it named Rand Smith, and they called him Rocket. And we had a little disagreement with Rocket, not a confrontational one, but we felt that Rocket was doing his conference just to make money. We didn't really see that he had a major motivation for that other than trying to bring some cash in. So myself, Lady Merlin, Joe Klein, and Pres Mike, I think it was one other person, it's been a long time, sat down and we put together the first Outerz0ne in 2 weeks. And we did it from 5 different cities over Skype. I pulled off the coolest hack until just recently by tethering my BlackBerry to my laptop using Skype and having a conversation while doing 55 down the interstate. So that was back in the day when that was a big deal. So we actually put that together inside of 2 weeks. We got a hotel room and got some speakers, people we knew could come in a pinch and do a talk, and basically got a suite, and a bunch of us hung out and we had drinks and did some talks. And I think they were recorded at one point. So we got to the end of that, and everyone said, "Oh, let's do this again next year." Well, the next time we did it, we actually did it in a regular hotel room. If you can imagine, we put about 60 people in there, and it was like breathing room only. So we got everybody in there. Billy Hoffman did a talk. Tom Cross did a talk. I mean, it was really good stuff. Who's heard of Rick Dakin in the Geek Mafia book? It's all the guys who've been here before is what it is. If you get a chance. Check out Rick's book. It's called Geek Mafia. There's actually 3 of them. And oddly enough, he was doing research for the first book when I met him at Outerz0ne 2. The newest book, which is Geek Mafia 3, I can't remember the name of it now, actually describes when I first met him. Part of the story is the same exact interaction we had when I met him at Outerz0ne 2. He stuck his head kind of inside the door, and there was an easel with a piece of foam core on it saying sign the board if for coming to Outerz0ne. And he kind of stuck his head in. You have to understand Rick is a pretty good sized guy and he's completely bald, so caught my attention. So I stepped up, and we had this, little chat, and I didn't know who he was. So we ended up becoming really good friends after chatting. That one, let's do it again next. So we had to keep. Outerz0ne 3, we actually got some hotel space, not at this hotel, a different one. And then every year we kind of started building and expanding and everything. We've never, the last year I think we had 100 people show up. And for me, I'm tickled by that. Not that, oh, wow, I got 100 people, but, oh, wow, I don't have 1,600 trying to, fill a huge room or anything. Outerz0ne's a small conference, but it's really homey. Everyone can come together and hang out. You can have a drink, do a shot with everyone in the entire conference in the course of the weekend and probably kill your liver, but at least, you have a chance of seeing everybody. Who's been to DEF CON? Okay, so last year we had 13. Everyone who raised their hand has been here before. So if you haven't been to DEF CON last year had 13,000 people. I'm on the goon squad there, so if you can imagine, there were 20 goons corralling 13,000 people. It's because we're so nice, apparently. But everything flowed very well, but there were people that went there that knew other people were flying out and never got to see them all weekend long. It takes so much coordination to get to the people that have gone there because it's so massive. Well, pretty much everyone has walked up and said, hey, can I give you a hand? They don't do that at DEF CON. At Outerz0ne, they're like, you want me to pick that up and move it over there for you? Sure, absolutely. So being a small con and, being the comfortable community feel makes it really nice for us. We have some speakers that we've brought in that do talks at the huge conferences. Adrian Iron Geek is in the back. He just did one at ShmooCon. Let's see, who else was doing one? Did Tripp actually talk? No, he didn't go to Shmoo this year. Tyler Pitchford is a lawyer buddy out of Florida. He's spoken at DEF CON and at ShmooCon before. We got Billy Hoffman, Pure Hate. He's one of the guys that did Backtrack. Who knows what Backtrack is? Okay. Now I got some more hands up. That works. I appreciate that. So we've got some speakers, the guys that go out and do the big cons where they come here and they can try out some of their new material. They can do it in a more relaxed atmosphere. They don't have a million people staring at them. Guys that are just starting out or trying to hone their craft at being standing up in front of people and doing a presentation can come in and do a talk this way. And it's a much easier audience because unlike ShmooCon, no one stands up and throws a little rubber ball at you if you flub something. And at DEF CON, they don't find you in the hallway later on and berate you publicly. So, that's kind of the origin of Outerz0ne, kind of how we got to where we're at. It's all just kind of relaxed. Last night, who went to the parties last night? Were there any room parties? We had CP's party in the lounge. Anyone else have anything? Okay. I didn't go to any of them, so I'm getting too old. It's usually, we party pretty hard. It's not like Freaknik. We haven't thrown any chairs off the roof yet. And I have yet to see the ambulance show up, and today doesn't need to be the first time. But later on tonight, CP will open up the lounge area again. We'll have another party. This evening we'll go to, we have a reservation for 40 or 50 people. Malone's down the street. We'll all kind of stroll down there and where those people. So that's kind of the schedule for today. Lunchtime, I'm going to see if we can't bring some food in if we get a chance. I got to make some phone calls on that. Let's see, what else do we have, really? The con contest, Kill the Wabbit, has to do with the badge, which we'll have those available a little bit later on. We have the most con badges, which I think Adrian's got a few. Yeah. You're getting there. You're getting there. Well, Ziploc loses on two. One of them we usually do, who's the oldest person here, and now it's the most con attendances. So, yeah, he lost out. We have the Outerz0ne mod. Carlo brought 98, 99 Outerz0ne 10s. And how you got them through security, I have no idea. What was it you put on top of the box? There you go. There you go. That's good. That works rather well. You'll have to tell everybody what your experience was with that. We also have make your own badge. In a little while, we'll have some blank badge material, and you can mock your own badge up, and we'll have a laminator in the whole 9 yards. And then swag yet. I'm not sure if we've started handing it out. We have the decorate your swag. So I've got Sharpies and paint pens and all that jazz, and fun stuff like that. We've got, look at that, what? We had someone provide, have some supplements that actually are kind of designed for people who stay up all night and run really hard. They asked if we wouldn't mind. Do I? Oh, there you go. They were very sweet and asked if we wanted to give them out, and I thought, hey, worth a shot. We have, God, I hope not. I hope not. We have some stickers that are in the bags also. We have the swag, which is an aluminum sports bottle this year, and we try to get something a little bit more durable. Does anybody have one of the plastic bottles from the previous years? I guess nobody in here is carrying one. In years past, we've had plastic squeezy bottles, and the idea was I can't tell what's in it, so you're not carrying around an open bottle, but you have a squeezy bottle. And so I have no idea what you're up to and how much you've consumed. This hotel doesn't really mind that much, so people are wandering around drinking a beer in the open air, so it isn't as important as it has been in the past. So we'll just kind of run with that. Anyone who has an Outerz0ne staff shirt on, you're more than welcome to ask them a question, and they will probably look at you and wonder what the hell you're talking about, and then say go see SkyDog or Miss SkyDog, one of the two. So if you have any questions, check in with us. We're more than happy to help you. We have some pictures. We loaded up our banner this year. No Starch Press normally sends us some books. This year I didn't really ask them to do anything. They've been really busy with things they're doing. Top Dog, Hacker Consortium are both concerns that I'm involved with. Tenacity is our corporate sponsorship this year. They threw some cash our way and said, if anyone shows up and doesn't have a place to stay or doesn't have the cash to eat, we want to make sure that the people who can't really afford to do it are taken care of. So if you've got anybody who rode out in the back of someone's vehicle and is going to end up staying up all night because they have no place to stay, direct them to me and I'll see if I can get them taken care of. Zoomph is Billy Hoffman. My hard drive died is Scott Moulton right over here in the forensic unit hat. And down here on the very end is the Vicious Data Recovery logo, and that is Mad Mex in the back. He also runs another website. What is it? Okay, no problem. So that kind of gets it for the opening stuff. Anybody got any questions? Okay, strap in and hang on. This ought to be fun. If we want to, go ahead and swap over, and we'll fire up the